she found where I was, and she pretty much was like, God had told me to give this to you, right? And it was a $20 bill. And I started crying because I was like, oh my goodness, I guess this was the reason that my intuition kept telling me to go to the store, right? Not only that, then I was also able to record the items that I went to the store for. So that's one of the reasons why to listen to your intuition. Now, it's not always going to be like that. You know, somebody can walk up to you and say, oh, here's money or whatever it is. But whenever you listen to your intuition, there is a reason why your higher self is telling you to do the things that it's telling you to do. Now, when I say higher self, some people may say God, people may source, some may say universe. But it's a reason why it's telling you to do the things that it's telling you to do. And one of the reasons why it may not be as loud, your intuition, is because whatever you don't use in this here physical realm, you lose. So when your intuition is telling you to go, perhaps to this store, and you just like, oh, it don't make no sense. Maybe you like, oh, I only got, $100. It don't make no sense for me to go to that store. And you just keep getting this strong urge to go to the store. Perhaps you go to the store, okay, and you see somebody there that is, can help you with your business or whatever it is. So it's really, really important for us to start listening to our intuition, because our intuition is never going to lead us astray. It is never going to lead us, to suffer or anything like that. Your intuition is your best friend. So in order for you to start trusting your intuition, start trusting yourself, you need to start listening to that voice. That voice when you still, that voice that is telling you to open that business, that voice that's telling you to start that channel, that voice that's telling you to take the leap out on faith, that voice. Another way that I had listened to my intuition, now some of you guys, that I have a book on Amazon called Juiced Up, and I remember when I got the download to create the book, okay? I had meditated. I've been saying I was going to write a book for a while, and I have another book that's about to come out. But this case, I kept saying I was going to make the book, write the book and stuff like that. And one day I had meditated, and I didn't know what the title, the name of the book was going to be called. I wanted to do a book that was pertaining to health, that focused on health. And so what happened was that I had, came up with so many ideas. It was Dr. Sebi's, from Dr. Sebi's Nutritional Guide. And I wanted to put some recipes together. So I meditated. And as I meditated, I had got a name, right? And the book name, it was Juiced Up. Now, I didn't know if I heard that, like if my intuition was telling me that or not. So soon as I got finished meditating, I had went on Google to see, like, what do juiced up mean, right? And to my surprise, it says something spiritual. So I said, that was definitely a download. So when I talk about downloads to me are pretty much insight. It's like, you receiving information from your higher self, from the all-knowing self, right? Another download that I got, okay, and another time I listened to my intuition. Now, I like to say all of us are intuitive, okay? All of us. Some may listen or listen to their intuition more than others, but all of us are intuitive. There's not a such thing as, this person is more intuitive than you. What it is, they just listening to their intuition probably more than you. Okay. But I remember this one time that I had got a download for me to start doing videos, right? YouTube videos. And I didn't know exactly what that looked like. Okay. I meditated, got a download for me to do is videos to help people get out the matrix. I didn't know quite what that meant, right? And I didn't know if that was a true download that I really got or not. But what I did was I started showing up. I started making a content. I started recording myself. I started giving inspirational talks. You know, I started doing the things. And one of the ways that you would know if your intuition is telling you, or if that was your intuition speaking to you, is one, at times it's not going to make sense, okay? Two, is going to challenge you to get out of your comfort zone. Not in a way where as though you hurt yourself or anything like that, but in a way where as though you definitely get out of your comfort zone. It may tell you to go to this new party, okay? It may tell you to go to this new restaurant, right? Those are some of the ways, okay? The next thing is this, and I want to really, really say this because I think it's so important that we understand this. Whenever you get a download to do something, whenever your gut feeling is telling you to do something, honey, I am here to tell you to go on and do it. You may have got a download to write that book and you still haven't wrote that book yet. You may have got a download to create an event, okay, and you still haven't created it yet. You may have got a download to open up their business, to start their video, and you still haven't done it yet. The reason why you haven't done it yet because of fear. Because you don't trust yourself. But I'm here to tell you, the moment you start trusting yourself, the moment you start understanding that God wants you to win. God wants you to win. And the moment you start stepping out on faith and start trusting, I can almost guarantee you and assure you, your life will be magical. It will be like no other. You will need a magnifying glass. The reason why oftentimes our lives may seem a little challenging or a little frustration is because we are going based upon things that make sense. We are doing things that it just makes sense. But we oftentimes, people, they don't do the things that don't make sense. And if I guarantee you, if you are going in a direction of success, majority of the successful people, they do things that don't make sense. They do things that, the average person is not willing to do. And that's what distinguishes them from being successful and the ones that's not being successful. I shared this story with you guys. I have shared this before, but I'm going to share it again. I remember my youngest daughter, we had went to the beach. And she kept on saying that she seen sharks in the water. And I kept telling her, and this is another reason why you don't listen to your intuition, because stuff like this. Because perhaps you was not heard when you was a child. Okay? And my youngest daughter, she kept saying she sees sharks. And I just kept saying, no, it's no sharks in the water. But I noticed, every time I would go get in the water, she would hurry up and get out. Now, prior to me getting in the water, she was all in the water, playing in the water, just having a good time. And I was the one on the scene screaming and saying, get out the water, right? Like, cause she was going like all the way deep out into the water. And so she had told me, my youngest daughter, when I got in the water, she said, don't go, in the water. Do not go in the water. It's sharks in there. And I said, no, it's no sharks. Well, come to find out, there was sharks, okay? And the reason I know it was sharks, it was because, not based upon what my youngest daughter was saying, but it took a older lady to stand up on the beach and call her niece and her daughter and say, get out the water. And she was like frantic. And I said, what's wrong? And she said, it's sharks in that water. And I said, what? And she said, yeah. And she pointed to the sharks. And immediately I went to my youngest daughter and I said, you know what? I should have listened to you. You were so right. There were sharks in that water. Okay. All right. So, and even if you did that to your children, right? And you say, oh no, it's not there, it's nothing, whatever, you know, a lot of times they intuition, I would like to say, oftentimes they listen to their intuition more so than sometimes us adults. Okay. So the reason you're gonna listen to your intuition is one, so you don't be frustrated with life. Okay? Because there's an easier way. Not saying that you won't go through challenges and obstacles, but there's an easier way. Two, because there's a calling on your life that you are here to fulfill, and your higher self, that gut feeling, your intuition is going to guide you there effortlessly. Okay? Three is because once you start trusting yourself, you start trusting others. It's not that we don't trust others. Oftentimes, is we don't trust ourselves. When we see the red flags, when we hear the gut feeling, have that gut feeling telling us to do certain things, we may not trust that. And then we say, I don't trust them. It's not that you don't trust them, it's you don't trust you. So these are the ways to start listening to your intuition and the importance to start listening to your intuition. With that being said, make sure you guys comment, like, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.